Yo, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, today I have some fire gameplay to show you guys. I actually dropped a nuke using the ISO in Modern Warfare. I wasn't really expecting to get a nuke with this gun, to be honest, but it's been growing on me. I'm not gonna lie. The accuracy, the damage, everything about it is really decent. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And also, after this gameplay, I do have some FAMASA gameplay to show you guys. Also, a very underrated slept-on gun. I'm just gonna try to add a little bit more variety in my clips. I want to introduce people to different weapons. I don't want people to use the same thing over and over. All I see is VALs and M4s and MP5. That's it, man. I want to see some people switch things up. So hopefully with this gameplay, it will inspire some of you guys to switch up your playstyle a little bit. But today's commentary is very important to me because, as you guys know, I'm a channel that's all opinion based. Whether it's a positive opinion or a negative opinion, that's what I do on this channel. You know, we don't really do too much news or anything like that. It's mostly just, you know, like I said, opinions or thoughts about different things in the game, things that I want to see improved. And obviously, with that type of content, like I said, comes with negatives and positives. But how YouTube is working nowadays is kind of worrying me about the future of my channel, because they're trying to push out the most positive content you could possibly get, to the point where negative content can't be shown anywhere. Now, if you guys haven't followed me over on Twitter already, I highly suggest doing so. I talk to you guys all the time on there. I try to post at least a tweet a day, giving my opinions about Call of Duty or what's going on currently in the, you know, the whole Call of Duty scene. If you want to follow me, link to that is in the description. But 8 Thoughts over on Twitter went ahead and said, "This is nuts." My video where I gave my opinion about how channels like Jack Frags are ruining online gaming by saturating the gamers with meta weapons was hit with a strike for violating community guidelines. Now, I have 2 strikes. That video is no way violating the TOS, which I completely agree with. I watched this video personally a while back when he first released it, and I agree, it's nothing too insane about that to, you know, consider it something that's violating the TOS. He's basically stating his opinion on how he feels about these content creators making this type of content, and it's true. Even though I'm personally guilty of this type of content as well, it's kind of hard out here, you know? When commentaries dry up, the next best thing that you can do is post live gameplays or meta classes and stuff like that, things that get clicks. So I understand where some of these other, you know, YouTubers like Jack Frags or Korean or Swag come out here and they want to get their views in certain ways because that's how you do it. But I've made commentaries in the past very similar to what 8 Thoughts is saying here, and also on 8 Thoughts video as well, where these type of videos are ruining how Call of Duty is nowadays. Because now, everybody wants to be a sweat. Everybody sees these players, they see the best classes, and that's all you see now. When one of these top tier players says, "Oh, new meta weapon in Call of Duty Modern Warfare," everybody's going to look at that, hundreds of thousands of people are going to see that, and everybody's going to start using that new weapon because one of the best players said, "This is a new meta weapon." You see what I'm saying? These content creators can change the tides of how a game is being played or what's being used in the game compared to back in the day where you didn't have much content like that. The majority of the time, you had to do it on your own. You had to figure out what guns you like the most. You had to figure out the most overpowered gun on your own. You have to figure out all the, you know, the hiding spots or the peeking spots or the best attachments or the best perks to run. That was all on you, which added some more variety. But because of these, like I said, the content creators, including myself, I'm not going to lie, I am guilty of this. It starts waves where people only use certain weapons in the game. They don't try anything else. Now, with that being explained, can someone actually sit down in the comments section and tell me how this violates the TOS on YouTube? How is this offensive content? The way that I just described that, I don't know, 8 Thoughts probably putting, you know, more of his personal flair on it, so it might have been a little bit more offensive to some people. But those are the basics to the story. That is simply what it was all about. Basically explaining how those class setups are ruining online gaming as we know it. So how is that offensive to Jack Frags? Yes, he might have put Jack Frags in the title and stuff like that and mentioned Jack Frags a lot, but it's not like he's out here slandering Jack Frags' name. He's simply talking about the type of content that's being pushed out by not only him, but the rest of the Call of Duty community as well. And the craziest part about this is Jack Frags didn't, you know, personally tell him to come and, you know, take the video down, or he was offended by it. No, YouTube put a legitimate strike. He wasn't told to take the video down. He wasn't told any of this stuff. They put a strike on his channel. He now has 2 strikes. One more strike, the channel's gone. They're going to completely wipe it clean. But this was a strike that was completely unnecessary. Now 8 Thoughts is in a very sticky situation. If he makes content that he really loves and he's very true to and he's very edgy with, he could potentially lose his whole channel because he got a false strike. In reality, he should only have 1 strike, so he shouldn't be worrying about anything, but he now has 2. He has 1 more chance before he's completely booted off the platform and has to make a brand new account. He's in a very risky spot here, all because he made a commentary about a topic that, you know, in his eyes was his own personal opinion. It wasn't anything bad. It wasn't like he was calling him any bad words, like the F word, calling him a B word. I can't say these words out loud, obviously, because, I don't want to get taken down on YouTube. But you get the general idea of what I'm saying here. He wasn't personally attacking someone, telling them to go die or kill themselves. It wasn't anything like that that could give you a strike. He was talking about class setups. And this worries me for the future of my content and a lot of other Call of Duty commentary channels out there that I know of personally. A lot of my friends, a lot of my homeboys, a lot of bigger content creators as well. If this man can't stay, and the funny thing is that he didn't get a strike on any of his other ballsy videos that he's made. He got a strike on a Call of Duty video, a video of him ranting about Call of Duty. If that's the case, we're all in trouble here. I mean, that's just straight up wrong. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, whether it's a negative one or a positive one. I have people in my comments section all day, every day, giving me negative feedback, how I'm such an awful YouTuber, how I'm an awful person, and stuff like that. But I never deny it. I never cancel it out because, like I always say in my videos, everybody is entitled to their own opinions. If you can't take that, you shouldn't be on the internet. And the funny thing is, like I said, Jack Frags wasn't even offended by this video. He probably didn't even bother watching or anything like that. It was a YouTube who stepped in and took this into their own hands. And this is very dangerous stuff that we're talking about here, because not only are you putting a person's actual career, how they make their income, how they have their living, on the line for criticizing something in this world, but that's also very dangerous for the product itself. That's going to start something that you don't want to begin in the first place. These companies and these corporations and these games are going to be able to do anything they possibly want because nobody's going to be able to talk down on them. Nobody's going to be able to spread any awareness, any news, any negative content that is deserved to be known by the whole community to put these certain companies in the spotlight. It has to happen. It always has to happen. That's what I love doing on this channel. Everybody always tells me to stop complaining, and I do. I always do. I always wonder what you guys are talking about because I make tons of different positive videos. I make tons of live gameplays. I'm just assuming that the people who say that only watch my negative content and then they complain about it when they could easily go watch something positive on my channel, but that's all up to you guys. At the end of the day, I'm doing this for a reason. I'm doing this to change the game for the better. There is serious issues going on, not with the game, but the development teams here, because they're being rushed and put on a timer to get these games out so they can't put any passion into the game, because Activision, of course, won't allow them to put anything out that's half decent. The whole game is a mess right now. It's an absolute mess. So if we can't expose that, if we can't get the word out on these wrong things are happening in the game, who will ever know? Who will ever know? The developers will continue to be overworked. The games will be continuously released, half-assed, not complete on day one, taking a full year to make sure the game is actually playable, taking a full year to have enough maps and weapons in the game. It's not going to work. People have to speak out in a negative manner. That's the only way you can get your point across in these certain situations. And yes, of course, like I said, I will gladly give them praise on things that they do. I do this till this day. I've always done that. Back in Modern Warfare when I made commentaries, Black Ops 4 when I made commentaries, same thing with Black Ops Cold War. When something good happens, I will let you know about it. But YouTube can't censor you for having a negative opinion. It's called freedom of speech for a reason. If you're not slandering that person down and, trying to tell them to go off themselves, then you should be able to say what you have to say. If they can't handle it, first off, they shouldn't be on the internet. Second off, they should have never made whatever they made that, caused you to, be triggered like that. And third off, YouTube shouldn't even be putting their nasty little grubbers in this. This isn't their problem. The only person's problem that this is Jack Frags, because that's what the video is made around. YouTube should have no say in what's going on in the situation at all. If Jack Frags felt offended, he would have stepped up and said something. But he didn't. He didn't. So at the end of the day, the video should be fine. All it is a guy stating his opinion about a certain list of gameplay videos. That's all it is. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a tad bit nervous, especially as a guy who's constantly making some negative content about, things that need to be changed in this game and how incompetent the developers are. God forbid if I get a bunch of strikes for making content like this, but I don't know, we'll have to see with time. I don't know if it's because it was like more of they thought it was a personal attack on Jack Frags, I guess. And since it was personal, then they struck his channel. So maybe channels, are actually going directly after people or individuals who did something. Maybe you guys are in a little bit more trouble. Maybe Call of Duty content isn't that bad. But personally, I don't know. Like I said, the video, if YouTube watched it, if they actually took the time to, look at the video before striking it, they would have known the video is just talking about how, these class it up videos are ruining how gaming is today. It had nothing to do with slandering Jack Frags and exposing him and trying to, ruin his actual brand. And what? I just don't understand the whole situation. But guys, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like, and by all means, if you hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, if you want to chat with me, I have a Twitter and a Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, if you want to catch me live streams of video games, I do over on Twitch. Link to that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.